Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great weekend. This is our weekly watch list video highlighting a few stocks we are watching as well as a key market breakdown. Enjoy. Alright guys, so let's start here on SPY and really what we see from SPY here. And let's actually start here on the weekly chart. So we're putting in this doji type bar on the weekly chart. And really what I'm going to be doing is we're going to have to be using the extremes of this candle here. So the extremes meaning the high and the low for direction here this coming week. Short, ideally below 491.33 on confirmation of this doji. So it's really just showing indecision. It's not bearish or bullish. It's indecision. So bullish over 503, 502.94 for that move up to say like 510. We are trading at all-time highs or near it, so we do have to resort to psych levels intraday. Sub 491.33. Let's go in here. I do think we have room down here into like this 485 area. So if we do break this 491.33 area, definitely can see some downside continuation. Now, into the daily chart here. So we get this pivot and we get this high, we get this gap down, follow through, follow through. Now we're attempting to form a lower high. So if we're looking from the structure here, it looks like we're trying to form a lower high right here. Now it's not confirmed. To confirm that lower high, you would have to break below this prior pivot right here. But it's an attempted lower high here for that move lower. So key areas to watch, 498.85 a huge level, 496, and then 491.33 being that weekly level overhead. Now, Tuesday, reminder, the market is closed on Monday. But on Tuesday, if we break right through 503, this has a very good chance for upside continuation. And I will be looking for longs for that continuation on this strength to follow through on really what is an inside bar on OPEX or OPEX for the move. Now, if we crack below 498.85 here on Tuesday, could definitely see 496 and 491.33. But again, the other scenario is boom, if we crack right over 502.94 on this inside bar, really a 1, 2, 3, and then boom, breakout play right here. So keep that on watch here this week. Let's touch on the VIX really quick. We get a nice spike into 1731, still going to be a key area, 1294 support, 1450 really being the midpoint. You can see how strong of a level this is. So if we continue to reject 1447, 1294, and then 1138 areas below to keep on watch. Let's go in to the first move that I really think this one has potential is going to be Tesla. So what happened here is, what is this? This is a bear flag here. You guys will remember Tesla was on the watch list last week, a really nice weekly candle that we put in. But this is this bear flag. So everyone's going short thinking, oh, we're going to test at least this lower pivot at 154. What happens? Boom, we stuff this higher, and then boom, we push this higher again. Let me remove this. Now let's go into the daily. Eyeing over this bar right here, so right around 203.20 for that move to gap fill up into 207. So that's the main watch here. Again, push up, consolidation, nice net new high. Don't want to see this break below this low and trend lower into 193.59. If we do, then that's a different setup where we'd be looking for a bounce. But if we do crack above on Tuesday, I do think we have room up into that 207 region overhead. A really, really nice looking chart here. Let's go into the 15. So yeah, really, really nice. Tried to hold 201, failed, come back, reject, reject. Breaks above this, I do think we have room, and ideally over 203 for this daily setup, and then that weekly chart follow through as well. And let's see here. The next one, going to be AMD. So we have all of these wicks lower, and really what this does is this shows you the buying pressure that's present down here. There are a ton of buyers from really, what is this, 164 all the way up into 172. If this breaks 179.66, that's my ideal setup to take this up into 185 and 190 overhead. Going to be keeping this one on close watch into the daily chart here. We attempted to break, yes, we did fail, but if we do crack back above 179.66, ideally on Tuesday or Wednesday, I do think we have room up into these 52-week highs up here, into that area overhead. The next one is going to be an earnings name, and not the best close that I had wanted to see on coin. Again, we gapped up. We tested highs at 193. We broke this prior pivot over here, and we sold off quite a bit. But the main theory is if we reclaim back over 186.35, I do like this to test those highs up here into that area around 193.64. And then even if we go out to the weekly chart, it's obvious, or it's not obvious, but it's very common when you're testing pivots to see at least some profit taking, because everyone buying down here, what's their target going to be? It's going to be that prior pivot high. It's no different than buying a pullback. Your first target is high of day. Whereas in this case, boom, pullback, first target is going to be the weekly swing. That's a little bit why we got some selling pressure here, especially on this gap. But if we do reclaim back over, it invalidates this gap down or this gap up and then push lower. And that is going to be my main watch this week, is a hold of, let me actually remove this drawing, a hold of 186.35, targeting those 52-week highs overhead. Now, another one, and I'm sure a ton of people are going to have this on watch, SMCI. Again, a parabolic mover right here, but this is a prime example of a climatic where we gap up and we go from this gap up and close red on a lot of selling pressure. This is finally trapping some people, trapping those buyers through 1,000, rejecting a whole psych region. Ideally, we bounce up into 830, reject for a target down here into that 705 area. Going to be keeping that on watch here this week. When you look at this weekly, pretty weak. Look at how big of a wick we are putting in up here. After the strength, boom, wick, and it looks like a topping wick right here. So really, let me remove these. Really what I'd want to see really is a reject of 830, an added confirmation below this candle for what would be a bearish bar, breaking below this low for that move down into that 705 region below. With that being said, that wraps up our watch list for the week. If you did enjoy this video, if you could please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you are interested in checking out our team, feel free to check out simplified-investing.com today. We'd love to have you guys on board. Enjoy.